The man had just fallen asleep in his newly purchased old house when a stack of cash suddenly fell onto him. Two more stacks followed shortly after. Jack, fast asleep, was completely unaware of this. Instinctively, he tucked one stack under his pillow. The first thing he did when he woke up was go to the convenience store and buy 18 burlap bags. He then stuffed the money from the wall into the bags. He never imagined he'd have this much money one day, much less that he'd get so tired from moving it all. Yet just a day earlier, he'd felt like the unluckiest man alive. His live-streamed product sales had run into counterfeit goods. His wife had called him a loser and wanted a divorce. When he was homeless, it was his brother who came to his rescue, introducing him to this apartment. All he had to do was sign the papers, and this house, originally worth 6 million yuan, would now be his for just 800,000 yuan. As soon as Jack heard this, he immediately declared that he would borrow money if he had to, just to come up with the cash. Later, Jack secretly mortgaged his home and took out a loan to buy his friend's apartment. After all, with such great value for money, it was worth taking a gamble. But when he hired someone to clean the place, the cleaner told him it was a haunted house, where 2 previous owners had died in quick succession. Then she went on to describe the strange occurrences that had taken place. Upon hearing this, Jack felt he had been deceived by his friend. He thought things couldn't get any worse. But to his surprise, the property management company came knocking, demanding he pay the maintenance fees. Although Jack was furious, since he had bought the house, he had no choice but to deal with it. He figured if the amount wasn't too high, he'd just pay it. But he didn't expect the total to be 120,000 yuan. But the owner before that had long since passed away. And when the previous owner sold him the house, he had specifically transferred all the property's debts onto him. He was so furious he couldn't sleep for hours that night. In a fit of rage, he grabbed a hammer and started smashing the wall. Perhaps he was truly exhausted, and eventually drifted off into a daze. Unexpectedly, money suddenly began falling out of the wall. Jack immediately called his wife to share the good news. But not only did she not answer, she even blocked his number. Just then, there was a sudden knock at the door. When Jack saw it was the security guard, he grew worried. And Jack could never have imagined that the locksmith was actually after the money. But the guy hadn't anticipated that the wall had already been smashed. The man was also quite cunning. Although the money had already been moved, such a large sum couldn't have gone far. As long as he kept following Jack, he would eventually find out where the money was. He pretended to install a new fingerprint lock for Jack, but secretly kept an eye on him. Little did he know that Jack was also very cautious. The man had no choice but to pretend to turn away. He then found the security guard and informed him that the money had been moved. The gang members believed the money might still be in the house, so they decided to sneak in during the night to check. Meanwhile, Jack could never have imagined that he had actually been betrayed by his own best friend. Not only had someone died in the villa he'd just bought, but it also owed 120,000 yuan in property management fees. Furious, he went to confront his friend. Fatso suddenly remembered that the owner had a daughter, so he jotted down her contact information. Jack hadn't expected Fatso to be so shameless. He'd finally seen through this so-called friend, but it didn't matter. He was now a multi-millionaire. To resolve this lingering concern, he decided to sign a contract with Fatso, proving that the house had nothing to do with him anymore, nor did anything inside it. If Fatso knew there were tens of millions in the house, he'd probably regret it to death. Jack finally waited for his wife that night, but he didn't expect her to find him too annoying. Unexpectedly, when Jack flashed the money, she froze. The woman couldn't believe her husband was acting like a lunatic. At first, she thought he'd taken out a loan from loan sharks, so she was furious. Unable to tolerate her husband's erratic behavior any longer, she immediately threatened to call the police if he didn't stop. Just as Jack was about to get out of the car to calm his wife down, not only did the money scatter all over the ground, but 2 detectives happened to be passing by nearby. For a moment, everyone froze. Seeing the detectives about to draw their guns, Jack tried to move the money under the car. But what Jack didn't expect was that the moment he moved it there, the money on his body started falling out in a shower.